Hey guys, Aaron here again. Welcome back to another episode. I'm about to show you how to change the window switch in the passenger side of my 2006 Cayman S, and we're going to start right now. My name is Aaron, and this is Help Me DIY. If you are the kind of person that likes to learn how to work on your cars and do things yourself, then this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell notification so you don't miss anything. So this switch right here does not do anything. Now it works from over here, so I know that it is not the window motor or anything like that. So I went out and found a used one of these, gonna replace that today. The first thing I have to do is remove this door panel. Just made a video for that. Check out the link up here if you need to know how to do that. Meet me back here. All right, so once you have the door panel off, you can see it easily right back here. Just have to pull this little connector out. This guy is in there tight, but there's a little tab you just press here with your thumb and pull this out. And let's see, it looks like there's one little kind of clip here that's holding this in. Push that tab back a little bit to release that while pressing up on it. And it just snaps out. That was it, just that one little tab holding it into place. Here is our original part number. I'll put a link to one of these in the description if I can find a good one for you. So I just want to show you on the front, that little button that your door handle presses when it's closed all the way to let it know if it needs to raise that window up is also attached to this switch. So that's right here. So if that ever goes bad, that is also part of this assembly. All right, here's my old switch. Here's my new switch. They look pretty identical. Same part numbers, so that's a good sign. All right, so these little ears kind of lock into here. All right, so once they are in there, that little button should line up, go through there, and snap into place. Reconnect the cable and put the door back on. So if your tabs are anything like mine, most of them did not unlock. So I popped this one back up so it is unlocked. This one did not, so you just take your screwdriver and kind of lift up on this and pry it a little bit. There, you see that popped back up to unlock it. So just make sure they're all unlocked before you press them back in. So get them all into the unlocked position. This one is really bad. Pop him back up so you can see that spreads those things out when they are pushed in. So I'm gonna make sure they're open, and when we push them in, it's gonna lock our door back in place. All right, big drum roll while we test it for the first time. Oh yeah, success. All right, after reinstalling this thing and testing the window function, that worked fine, but when I tried to open the handle, this button was not working to open the door. So I took it back out. For mine, this little spiky guy was sticking up a little higher, so this wasn't all the way flush in here. So I'm gonna try it one more time to push it all the way in further, but I think that that was causing this button not to be seated exactly right and not work. So I'm gonna give it another shot, but I guess you guys just pay attention to all your parts, make sure they're okay, because if that's not, I'm gonna have to send this back and get a new one. So my little spiky guy, as I called him, sits up on the ridge of this. That snapped in. That one sits on the ridge too. Now I think it is nice and flush. Seems like it was a little better than it was before, and I don't know, maybe my button is sticking out further now and will work. So let me put it back together and find out. All right, so this time I'm gonna be smarter and fully test this before I put all the panels back on. Okay, so that works. But now, oh yes, you can hear it when I pull that. It lowers enough for you to open the door now, yes. All right, so yeah, pay special attention to that when you install. All right, you know, as my bonus for broken parts, I just pry it around all, of the edges to open this thing up. so we can take a look inside for those curious. So here's the back side of our button. It's got this rubber piece on it, and then our rocker pushes these little contact points in and out to make contact here, it looks like. And there's a little LED that shines through this opening to illuminate the button. So if we peel that back, those are the contact points. And these are the little plungers that push them. So physically, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, but I have had water in my door before, so I'm gonna guess that some water got in here at some point and just killed it. So yeah, that's what your switch looks like. So this little switch here is just a rocker with a spring. And when this gets pushed in, it lifts off of this little button that is on the circuit board. And when you release it, it presses back down onto the button. So mine still seems to be making contact. So that part of my car always worked. And this thing, I accidentally pulled it off before, so let me do it again. All right, so you can see that this piece is just held into these two little tabs, and there's a spring. So simple little mechanism. Well, boys and girls, as always, I hope you learned something. I hope you subscribe to this channel, give the video a big thumbs up, and I will see you on your next informative video.